That looks like an old Purina dog chow building back there. It looks like we got to cross the road here. I have been getting lucky on these road crossings all day. Now, of course, now that I've said that, that's the end of my luck crossing the roads. There'll be a big long queue of 100 cars in the next crossing. Whew. Love that we're so close to the water around here too. Nice cool breeze coming off the water. this is it. This is the final stretch. The last couple of kilometers on the Millennium Trail. Nice and straight. I can see ahead for a very long way. Now, if I can, I'm going to continue just a bit past it. I don't think I'm going to go all the way into Trenton today, but I do want to get to the canal, and I'm pretty sure that the official trail ends just right before the canal. But the trail actually does continue on and goes into the city of Trenton. I'm not all that interested to get back into an urban zone, so I think for me a good place to sort of call things is just going to be to see if I can get to the canal. I think it's good to have a goal. .5 kilometers. Someone's replanted a bunch of trees there. And that's the thing, is areas like this where you see all the trees are really short. So the reason for that is that when this was owned by the railway line, they were maintaining it. They would cut down all the trees that would be near the tracks so they didn't get in the way of the trains. But then you've also got all the farmers' fields. So when the farmers' fields were active, they'd be like this. But then at some point, the farmers stopped maintaining the fields, and that's where you start seeing some woods that are like this with the shorter deciduous and coniferous trees that are growing through it. That's why a lot of the area around Camden East in my Cataraqui Trail videos looks the way that it does, because that was all old farmland and now it's just being reclaimed by nature again. So eventually trees grow up this high and then they grow up that high, as long as the land's left alone. Oh, there's some nice reds. Now we're talking. I guess I didn't jinx myself. I was able to make it past without having to wait for a car. This is great. In a way, I'm not surprised, because this whole area right here it's touristy, it's full of cottages, that kind of stuff. So Now that we're in October, there's not quite as many people around. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That Elmo chair on the tree, that was creepy. That's nice. That's really nice. Wow. Huh. Big tall birch. And just like that, cross the water, go from farmland, or old farmland, back to the woods. Once again, no traffic. Heck yeah. The other thing about this trail that I really appreciate, since this is so far south in Ontario, the chance of a bear encounter around here is so stinking low, it's not funny. I am so happy about that. It's the little things in life that you have to appreciate. That was kind of neat. When I discovered this trail just a couple of days ago and I saw the length of it, I thought to myself, you know what? They're calling for a couple of really nice days coming up. I've got the time to myself. And before winter hits, I would not mind going out and seeing another place that I've never been to before. Nice colors. Thought the length was just about perfect. Okay. So this is the end of the groomed trail. Now, this trail does continue on, but this is going to be like trail. This is more my cup of tea. Now they built up a subdivision around here too, so I don't know if they've brought the trail back since then. I just think they have. You can actually see the houses that they're building. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is definitely new right here. So it looks like they have brought this back, which is nice. So yeah, so that would have been the end of where the mile marker says the trail ends. But like I said, it still does continue on. Okay, good to go. And I want to get to the canal. This is actually really well maintained around here. I wasn't expecting this. I was kind of expecting the whole two-rut thing all the way there. And I've got no idea why they don't include this as part of the length of the trail, but they don't. I mean, like I said, you can pretty much get all the way to Trenton on this. Now, you can't cross the canal, the bridge where the train would have gone over. That's long gone, so you've actually got to go down the road and then you cross it where all the automobile traffic is. And then you can go back west from there and rejoin the trail. I mean, that's no big deal. K&P Trail's got sections like that where you've got to jump on the road. Even Catarockway Trail does, so that's no reason not to include this. I don't know if this stretch is owned by the city versus the county or what the deal is. Love to know though. This is it. There's the old railway bridge. You can see how it would have turned and the train would have crossed over. But to allow the ships through, that's how they would have stowed it. Whew. That's it for the ride on the Millennium Trail. And that was a really great ride. Really happy I got to do that, and this is probably going to be the last big long ride of 2023 for me, and honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better place to have done it. Just a great ride, loved it. Great riding season this year and last year, so it was neat to get back out on the bike there last year and then to do the big long rail to trail rides this year, and I'm really happy I had the opportunity to do it. That is really cool.